if you were in the mountains and you were backpacking like you guys just were, and you had enough balloons to like not lift you into the air, but enough to like propel you upwards, could you get enough to like your backpack would be weightless?
Are you just...
Like, would I?
No, just like, do you think that could work?
Yes.
Well, okay, yeah, Did you see? Genius.
Maybe.
Nah.
That would take like probably 10,000 balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be a lot.
Do you know
of
that
balloons.
Jenna Marbles lifted her dog with balloons?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's
Mr.
awesome.
Mr. Marbles, her like chihuahua.
Really?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
She lifted. She had him in like a little, like I think it was like a blanket that she could put him in.
What?
And then yeah, she lifted him with balloons.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So I think that I don't know if you just had enough.
What was your question?
If you had enough balloons filled with helium while you were like backpacking, and could you have enough to make your backpack weightless?
So to lift the bag.
Yeah, so it'd just be super easy.
How heavy do you think a backpack would be?
30 pounds.
Wow. Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, no.
They're like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, really.
All right. Let me tell you how many balloons will do that.
Yeah, no, that I think it's too many,
How many balloons would it take?
So how many balloons did they use in
1,667 balloons.
That's a really accurate.
It's repeating, of course.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So you'd have to have an infinite balloon.
I don't think you could have it. Like the trees would probably pop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Also, how would you get that many balloons to the mountains where you're gonna go backpacking?
That's true. Yeah, you'd have to carry on the helium.
And they wouldn't last.
Yeah, and you'd probably litter a lot.
Yeah.
Probably really, really bad.
I feel like the altitude would probably affect that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
'cause the
right.
balloon- yeah.
Does helium work differently in different altitudes?
I can find out.
Okay.
That would suck. You get like 10 feet off the ground and then the balloons just shrivel and fall.
Yeah.
Oh.
You break your legs.
No.
from that.
It can't lift you.
It's
Yeah.
it's just lifting
It
your
lifts you
backpack.
backpack.
Now I feel the weight of my backpack.
No.
Yeah, so it would be that
Oh,
bad
no.
if they all popped. You just feel the weight.
Dang it! Now
Yeah.
it's just normal backpacking.
Yeah.
Darn.
Does it work differently in higher altitudes, Craig?
It does, but the paragraph I have to read
Okay,
is
it's not worth
borderline
it.
astrophysics.
It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it.
The answer is yes. At a lower altitude, it will lift less weight because helium is then not as less dense as it normally
Okay.
would be.
So if anything, it'd be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to
because
take your backpack off though,
Yeah, that's true.
because if you took it off, it'd fly
Fly
away.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And each-
Where would you put the balloons? You just hold them.
Just
The whole way
Time to a
back,
tree.
you're just like, dang it. Should
Yeah.
have brought these.
Yeah. Maddy and Sabin are on the podcast. Yay! We've talked about them before on this podcast a lot.
Yeah.
Just in mention. But Maddie's my sister and Sabin's my brother-in-law, and
Yeah.
they are married. That's how that
That-
works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you
Normally,
have,
I have our guests introduce themselves, but I just introduced you. So
Cool.
that's it. You don't. I don't think you've ever appeared. You've been in one video
One
of
video.
mine. Like, I don't know if that video is actually still up. I think
I don't think it is because I was talking to Colton about it a few days ago and I was like, we should try and find it.
it
And
was
we spent, like,
Logan's video.
Yeah, it was Logan.
Yeah.
So we were like, is it on his channel? Is it on, I don't know.
I don't know if it exists anymore. I would have to go look for it. It's an old one, but you were like at my apartment and we were like, we just need you for this 2-second bit. And you're just sitting there doing nothing and that's it.
Well, no, I did have a line and we tried it like 5 times and I couldn't say it because terrible at acting and I kept laughing. So you're like, okay, cut the line. You sit
You
there.
just sit there.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So I just
man.
sat there and
But yeah, you like Emma just started working on the stream, who's my other sister. She just graduated high school and but you and I are closer in age. So but you've just never ever been in anything that I've done.
Nope.
And this is the first time, like 4 years later.
I've helped record stuff, but
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
The camera that I have used for the past 2 years is your camera, which is that camera.
oh, that's
That-
right.
It's the camera you gave me.
That one is?
Yeah, I use it every day.
Well, you got
Well, you're
good use out of it.
I
then. wouldn't
certainly
use it
did.
that
Yeah,
much.
seriously. You were like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Yes." And you gave it to me. Like, dude, I've used it for forever.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's great. Sabin and I have actually known each other since like middle school.
Yeah.
And then like we went to high school for a little while, and then like I didn't know you for like 4 years, and then you started coming to how did you start coming to church or something?
Yeah, I started going to church.
Yeah. And then you two got together, and then now you're married. Really weird, but that's the entirety of how we know each other.
It's really funny because like, I remember the day you guys got engaged because we were shopping, we were like grocery shopping, and you like put it on in like the family group chat that we're in, and was like, oh, Maddy and Sabin just got engaged, and we're just like in the produce section of Winco.
I was like, sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Do you remember that one time we were playing that drinking game, and it was like the two people have known each other the longest have to drink, and you went Jacob and Sabin. And was it Colton that went Maddy?
No, it was me.
You were like, Maddy, you and Jacob are siblings.
You didn't know either.
No, yeah, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it's you and me.
Oh wait,
so stupid. Oh my god, yeah. You guys I wasn't joking. They actually did just get back from backpacking like yesterday. So
that's why we look crusty.
Yeah,
super burnt,
which is pretty cool. We've gone backpacking a couple times. This is like the first time I haven't. No, you guys went last year and I didn't go.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, because last year
no one went, and the forest was on fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the forest.
Oh, it was on fire. That's
right. When we were driving up there, just so much stuff was burned. It was sad.
It used to be like big green forest driving all the way up there, but it was just flat. It looked like
man,
it was
bad.
That's rough. That's crazy. Yeah, every time we've gone up to where you guys backpack, there's always like tons of mosquitoes, and it like ruins the entire trip. I've gone like 3 times. I've done it like 3 times. You've gone 2 times, and then you guys have done it probably
like 3 times.
Yeah.
I've gone twice,
and every time there's just tons of mosquitoes, and it's the worst thing ever. But besides the mosquitoes, it's so nice.
Yeah,
and it's
beautiful.
Like it's such like a weird, because you're just in the mountains for like 3 days, but it's like such a fun experience because you just get to like go away and like not have your phone and just be like in the wilderness for like a couple of days. And it's nice. It's really great. So
that's easily the best part, not having your phone. You don't have to like stress about checking your emails and stuff.
Oh my gosh. And then you come back and you're getting reception on the way back down, and you're just getting tons of notifications. You're just like,
it stresses
just
me
hide
out.
it.
I'm like,
look at
look at this right now.
Yeah.
We stopped at this burger place on the way back, and it was like
the best food you've ever eaten.
You're just eating like dehydrated shit the whole time.
Got a big burger and a milkshake.
Ooh,
I don't know.
so awesome.
Some of that dehydrated food is pretty good though.
Why you like it? Why do you? I'm like I have to eat it because it's sustenance, but it's like
I'm like super picky, and I don't know.
And you like dehydrated mac and cheese?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, the best thing is the blueberry cereal oatmeal.
Okay, that one is really good.
Granola. Yeah, the blueberry granola is so good.
I would eat that at home. Like,
no. That one actually is really good.
And the dehydrated ice cream. Did you guys have that this year?
We didn't have it this time. Yeah.
Wow.
Marshall. Oh my gosh, you people who have never had dehydrated ice cream, you have to try it. It's so good. It's literally like I can't like describe the consistency. It's like it's not chalky, but it's like
but it
melts
is
in your
really
mouth.
But it melts in your mouth.
It's like it's like the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah. But it's like a big ice cream bar.
Yeah.
And you eat it. Oh, it's so good.
They sell them at Disneyland.
They do. Dehydrated?
Yep.
Really?
If you leave Space Mountain, the little shop in there, they have them.
It's like space stuff. Oh, okay. That's fun.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's good if you dip it in like hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
And it like melts and it's so good. Yeah. So we have a bit of a special thing we're doing today. Last time we did a food disagreement. We had Colton on because Colton has the worst food opinions in the history of the world. By the way, Maddy works with Colton, so she knows him more than I do a little bit. Well, I also lived with Colton.
Yeah,
we both know Colton really well.
Equally, yeah.
And Colton thinks Long John Silver's is good.
Okay, I want to let everyone know that like 2 days after the podcast, Colton was over and he was like, "Man, I'm really sad." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Long John Silver's is closed, so I can't order it on DoorDash."
Disgusting.
2 days.
Like they closed for like ever, and I was like, "Oh, good."
No,
thank goodness.
We drove them out of business with a slaw. But we've also had the debate between us about which is a better pizza place, and after that podcast episode, I've decided, I've conceded, Little Caesars is better than Domino's. So yeah,
Not true.
that is the proper opinion. It's not an opinion; it is actually fact, and you cannot disagree with me.
I do.
You want to fight right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Later.
Well, all right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But today we have decided to do the same thing, except with food. We have coffee.
Yeah.
And to get the true best coffee that we could possibly get. Well, it's not the best coffee. It's just whatever we think is the best coffee. It's a blind coffee taste test. We have 5 different types of coffee that have been randomly put into cups that have numbers, letters, numbers. They're all
Letters.
Craig knows which one is which. We have no idea.
Mhm.
The only thing I know is where all 5 are from. So we have, all I know is that all 5 are McDonald's,
Yep.
Starbucks,
Yes.
Dunkin Donuts, and then I don't know. Is Human Bean
It is.
local?
It's a chain.
No.
It's a chain. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have Human Bean, which we were gonna get Dutch Bros, but we decided to get Human Bean because they actually delivered. I didn't want to go out and get it.
Yeah.
And our 5th one is a local place. It's called Component Coffee, and
It's my favorite
It's her
place.
favorite,
Yeah.
and I want to see how it holds up to everybody else. So we just got 10. 5 for you guys, 5 for us to try of just plain black coffee, and I want to see if we can guess them and which one is the best.
Yeah.
Thoughts beforehand. Which ones do you think are going to be the best, and which ones do you think are going to be the worst? McDonald's, you were saying has a really good flavor.
Yeah,
Has a really-
okay. So the last time I had McDonald's black coffee, it literally tasted like beans from a burrito, like pinto beans.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be the worst. Starbucks, maybe.
I think Starbucks for me is going to be the best. I don't know. I know what their coffee tastes like. I think I'm going to be able to guess it, and I'm going to know that's it, and that's also my favorite.
I'm thinking Human Bean's gonna be the best.
Really?
I'm kind of sick of Starbucks. We drink there a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, Human Bean. I have high hopes for it. I haven't had it yet.
Nice. Can you do me a favor? See if you point your mic up just a little
Wait,
bit. There you
Component
go.
might be probably the best.
I like Component, but they have a really fruity
They do. It's very
black
like
coffee,
citrusy
and it's
flavor.
citrusy. It's good. It's good. It tastes like coffee. It's very nice, but I prefer it with milk and sugar because
Yeah.
I think it really accentuates a lot of the flavors and it tastes really good. So yeah, what do you think?
I love Component coffee.
All right,
All
right.
And I'm just gonna go off what Maddie said. If their coffee does taste like an actual bean, I'm not gonna like it.
All
I
right.
don't know. Maybe they changed it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
This is A.
Yep. And there's A as well.
All right.
Number A.
Yes. And we won't know the answers till the end. So,
Okay.
so feel free to let me know what you guys think, and I will put down your answers. And
All
we'll
right.
keep track of
You
them.
wanna go first?
Oh yeah.
All right. Here's A.
Here's A.
So
Can
we're
I
trying it.
can I sniff it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sniff it.
That's
Oh,
that's
Whatever.
Component coffee.
Whatever your deductive skills are.
Bring 'em over here.
smells good.
It smells good.
Okay, it smells like Component coffee, but it does not taste like Component coffee.
Oh, I think I know what that is. I feel like
I don't
that's
know.
Human Bean.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you taste it yet?
Ooh. It's got notes of coffee. Smells
yeah,
like
it
coffee.
smells like coffee.
I would have to say that the flavor overall is coffee.
Definitely.
Coffee flavored.
You got to do your.
Oh, I have to. You ever do the thing where you
Yeah.
like have to?
Yeah.
because you can
Mhm.
taste it more.
You can
She
taste
makes
it
fun of me
through
for
the
doing
smell.
that. Whenever I have something that tastes really good, I always go, and she's like, "Oh, you're doing your thing again." I'm like, "I want to taste
Yeah,
it."
it works.
I think that's
Yeah,
Human.
aerate
I don't know. It wasn't bad though.
I think it's
It was pretty
McDonald's.
good.
No, it's not Component.
It smells like it.
It wasn't terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
like,
not-
I
it's
would
not-
drink that.
You're right. I think it is
I'll drink
Component.
that.
I'm not sure.
I would say
It kinda
Component
smells like
too.
Component.
I think it's Component.
I still think it's Human Bean. I'm just gonna
All right, Human Being.
put Human Bean.
Okay, so what's our guesses?
My guess is Component.
Oh, motion detected at the front door.
Someone's at our front door.
It's a package.
It's a package guy. This is a part of the podcast. This is happening live.
Oh, you're fine.
You're good.
All right.
Spencer?
Are we allowed to go back and change our
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Component for now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Sounds good.
What do you think, Sabin?
Oh, component.
Component.
Yeah.
All right. Watch Maddie get it right. All right. So here's B.
Did Maddie say human being?
Yes,
Okay.
human being.
All right. If you want to put
Human.
A over there,
Human beings.
Human being.
put. And there you go. All right. There's B.
Ooh.
Bean
smells-
burrito.
Smells like a bean burrito. No.
Is it?
It's bad, whatever
This,
it is.
I'm gonna guess McDonald's.
It's not as beanie as I had it last time.
Beanie.
So I'm not going to guess McDonald's.
I didn't know that was an
Beanie.
adjective.
It's
Maybe
I think this is Dunkin'.
Dunkin'. Yeah.
Oh, Dunkin'.
I don't.
That's
But
not
it's
very
watery
good.
though.
It tastes
pretty
like
darn
Folgers.
watery.
really watered down.
Dunkin' Donuts. If you like Dunkin' Donuts, I don't know.
It's like
I don't
it's
know
got
about you.
coffee. It's definitely coffee, but it's like it's got that like warm kind of watery kind of taste to it. I'm getting like no flavor
Mm.
really.
Yeah.
Like the first one had like kind of those fruity kind of flavors to it.
Mhm.
This one is like it's
That's
just
like
dark and
ugh.
watered down.
It's so watery that initially I was thinking McDonald's, but usually McDonald's tastes like really burnt.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know McDonald's
Yeah.
has like a flavor to it, and this
Mm.
isn't like that flavor.
I think
this
it's
is
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
I think I'd say Dunkin'.
Yeah.
All right,
I think we all say Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Yep.
Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, here's C.
Stick to what you're good at.
C.
This one has no smell.
What does it
I
smell
hope
like?
the goal every
Nothing?
time you smell
Just
coffee,
water?
you're just repulsed by it.
This is brown water.
Starbucks?
Mm.
Uh,
I don't think so.
it's like stronger, but also watery.
I think this might be
Coffee
McDonald's.
cups. No, not yet. Closer, almost there. Ready. Fuck the. I'm not ready for my day until I have my coffee.
Don't even.
I think
mess
this
with
is
me
McDonald's.
Until I have my coffee.
Don't mess with me until I've injected heroin directly into my ass.
Or maybe it's
I will not be ready to communicate with any human being.
maybe that's human being.
I think I want to say Starbucks. I don't know why. I kind of think
This
it's
is Starbucks.
Yeah.
100% Starbucks.
Yep.
If I get this wrong, I hate myself. This is
It
Starbucks.
has that like initial like, oh, it's strong.
I love this one. It's so good.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty good.
don't
Oh, yeah.
know.
Mm.
Starbucks
It's a
for
little
sure.
watery, though.
That's the only one where I've been like, oh yeah, for sure.
If
I know
it
what that one
tastes
is.
burnt, tastes like ash, it's Starbucks. Because I don't know what the hell they do with their beans. They just burn the
Why
shit
do.
out of
First
it.
one.
Okay.
First one's still kind of my
No.
favorite.
The first one? Oh.
So, what do we got for this one?
Just learn new things. All right.
Do you feel like it's a Starbucks or across the board, or
I'd say Starbucks.
For me, yeah.
I'm gonna
Starbucks?
say human being.
okay,
I'm gonna say Starbucks.
okay?
Okay.
D.
Yeah, I can taste it. That's Starbucks.
Mhm.
100%.
This is D.
These
D's.
Ew.
Beans?
beans.
D's
Oh.
burritos.
That's McDonald's. Wait,
Does
I
it taste
don't
like
know.
you got that bean burrito flavor?
That tastes terrible.
It's just bad. So like, I'm just gonna go with
Oh,
McDonald's.
yeah, that tastes like a McDonald's play place. Oh god, the air! You can taste the air in there. I think I smell chicken nuggets in this.
I think that it's just
like-
disgusting.
It tastes like paper, kind of like it absorbs
It
the
does
cup.
taste like paper. It tastes like
Oh.
paper.
Yeah.
Wait, I got.
Why does it's not watered down? That's the weird. I thought McDonald's would be really watered down. This has to be McDonald's. If it's not,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like
like I'm kind of getting some aftertaste of beans.
Yeah.
I'm
feel
not.
like-
But I'm not kidding. It has a greasy flavor to it. I don't know how to describe
Yeah,
it.
it has the weird bitterness of coffee without the good taste of coffee. It's
Mhm.
like,
I don't want any more.
It's
No,
like,
thank you.
just too bitter. To,
Yeah. All right, D McDonald's.
Yeah. Did I already say McDonald's for one?
No, you've not.
No. Okay. E.
E.
Alrighty.
E.
Which one have I not guessed? Human being.
Yes.
Nope, that's McDonald's.
Really?
That's beans. That's beans.
100% genuine beans.
Don't
That
you
tastes-
taste Mexican food in that?
I taste barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
That tastes like barbecue sauce
People
to
call
me.
black coffee barbecue water.
No, this is too strong. This is too strong to
I
be
remember
McDonald's.
it being strong though.
This
I
is
don't
like
know.
this is a coffee place.
All right, while you drink it, think barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it has like some kind of
Yeah,
weird.
it's sweet.
That's so weird.
Like
Yeah.
it's like smoky.
Yeah, is that McDonald's?
I feel like
I
That
don't
could be
remember
the burnt-
McDonald's tasting like that.
I actually
I
feel
think-
like that tastes too
I'm
good.
gonna be for. I think this is human being. That's my guess for E is human being.
Did
I'm-
I
I'm
don't
staying
remember what
strong
I've
on my-
guessed
on my
already.
Can I taste
Um,
that again?
I believe, Spencer, you have left.
I don't know.
Just Starbucks.
Just Starbucks?
Just Starbucks.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna swap the one that I said. I think I said human being for it. First,
Okay.
when they all guess Starbucks, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna say that was Starbucks,
And
and
this
this
one's
is
human being?
human bean.
Barbecue.
Barbecue
It
sauce.
tastes like barbecue sauce.
I hate
It's so
that.
weird.
It doesn't like exactly taste like it, but you can almost like taste it. You guys, at like Pickled Deli, they have like really good fries.
Yeah.
Have you ever like ate one of their fries and been like, it kind of tastes like a blueberry muffin?
No.
What?
Okay, next time you have one of their fries, think about a blueberry muffin.
It don't-
It tastes
Okay.
like a blueberry muffin.
Sorry.
Okay, what
For
have I
both
Not
of you,
familiar.
you still have component, and you still have human being.
Oh.
Okay, the one that I did for McDonald's,
Yes.
I want to switch to this one.
Okay.
And
The one that you had for McDonald's.
You want to be
this-
human
I'm
being?
just swapping those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, yeah, I'll swap the one I had for McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'll put that for this one, and then just put component on
Component
the other
there?
one.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
Dang, I want to know.
Moment of truth. Okay, so
Uh.
if you can go through and say what our guesses were and then
Yeah.
what it is.
I will.
All right,
okay.
cool.
Okay.
For A,
All right.
we had Maddy with human being, Sabin with component, and then both of you said component.
Right.
A is in fact component.
Nice.
Oh,
Let's go.
good
Let's
job.
go. I'm aiming
Good
for
job.
100%. 100% this
I'm just
coffee
glad I
run.
got component right.
With B, all of you
Uh-huh.
picked it was Dunkin', and it is indeed Dunkin'.
Awesome.
Yes.
Dunkin' is watered down. It's
Yeah.
not. People are like, I love Dunkin'. I'm like,
Mhm.
Dunkin' tastes like water.
Even their iced
Y'all can
coffee.
get dunked pretty quick because that's the only one you get like that.
Oh no!
You're gonna fall apart pretty
Oh,
quickly.
shit.
You'll be real upset.
Damn it!
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh
What
shit.
was it? What was
It's
Oh
it?
my god. Okay. So this was not terrible.
Okay.
All of you guys unanimously said C was Starbucks
Mhm.
when it was actually human being.
Oh, I was
Really?
right at the
Wow.
start.
Yeah.
Shit.
No
That's
way!
Pretty decent coffee.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
That makes me scared to know which one is
Which
Starbucks.
one's Starbucks?
D. Let me see. Both of you guys said it was McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
With Maddie saying it was component, and then Sabin saying it was human being. You guys both switched towards the end with her.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
That was in fact McDonald's.
Oh.
So
We got it.
was McDonald's.
D was.
Okay.
Did I
Yeah.
get that right?
Yes.
Me
Yes.
neither.
Yeah.
The last one, it was human being for both Jacob and Spencer.
Mhm.
With Maddie and Sabin both agreeing it was McDonald's. It was actually Starbucks.
The
Yeah.
last one.
The last one was Starbucks.
No, that was bad.
Dang. Would I have gotten 100% if I didn't swap at the end?
Let me see.
Darn it. Wait, let me go back.
Starbucks tastes like barbecue sauce.
That's
Oh no.
gross.
Starbucks.
No, because you still
No.
said D was McDonald's.
Has got really strong flavor.
Oh,
The
okay.
last three got a little bopped.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep, D's McDonald's.
And which one is Starbucks? I mean, sorry, human being is C.
Human being is C. Starbucks is E.
Yeah, it's stronger though. E is stronger than C.
Which one do you have?
D, yep.
I think I got
This is McDonald's?
desensitized all the way
Yeah.
towards the end,
Oh.
and E didn't taste because I knew the strongest one would be Starbucks, and I got kind of desensitized to it.
That's gross. Wait,
I'm-
which one was A?
Component.
A is component.
Okay. Well,
The-
that's
the-
the one
the
I
first
liked
one you
the best.
had-
C's watered down.
Yeah, the first one you had was component.
Okay.
Can you remind me what I said for D?
Yeah, of course.
I want some
I want some A.
Originally, you said it was McDonald's,
Oh,
and then
good.
switched it to human
it
being.
is good.
Okay.
Yeah, component, and human being were my favorite. Starbucks.
Being
I
is
thought
pretty good.
Starbucks would be my favorite. Components black is good. I don't know what everybody's. Marshall is the only one.
Yeah, Marshall, if
doesn't
you're
like
watching
it, and
this,
he
we
says it's
hate
too
you.
fruity, and I don't know. It's good. I like it.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
My actual component coffee is right,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
over there. Can you grab it for me?
Weird. I
Yeah.
am surprised that I confused Starbucks and human being.
Yeah.
But I do like human being. It's good. I mean, the only thing I ever get is an Americano, and they virtually taste the same. So I mean,
I
what's
was
your? Sorry. Go ahead.
I was pretty disappointed with the Dunkin' one. That was really watery.
Yeah.
Dunkin' is
I never.
gas
Every
station
time
coffee.
I've always heard people say Dunkin' is good,
Mm-mm.
and every time I've gone, I've been like, this is not good.
Yeah.
it's just meh.
People like their iced coffee because it's like super sweet. And
Yeah, it just
Mm.
tastes like like a creamer you could buy at like a store.
Yeah.
Like the vanilla
I think that's why
creamer.
some people like it though, is that it tastes like homemade coffee. And
Yeah.
so
It could be.
I get that,
Like an
but
iced
I
coffee,
mean,
yeah.
I don't want that. I'd rather just have,
Mm-mm.
it's really dark.
I do
really
like
bitter Americano.
they have
Oh, gonna get up real quick.
unsweetened flavors,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of weird. Like they have like almond, but it's unsweetened, but it's like a flavor you can add to it. So that's kind of cool if you don't want like it's super
Yeah.
sugary, but it's not bad.
What's like your favorite type of coffee to get anywhere?
Iced
Like,
espresso.
What's your go-to?
Iced espresso. Like not even iced Americano, just straight iced espresso with milk.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to have milk in it.
Well, I can have a little bit of milk.
Over there on
Otherwise
the
it's
thing
like,
by
poof, that's strong.
the little pops.
I almost want to do this again, but with lattes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just like a
That would be
vanilla latte or something.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
hard. I don't know. This is like my favorite thing to get. It's
Yeah?
just
Just like what is it?
it's an oat milk latte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oat milk grew on me. I didn't like it when I first
I
had it
love oat
because
milk.
I was traumatized when we were kids by almond milk.
Oh yeah.
I
better
don't know
than
what
almond milk.
the crap
Well,
what happened when we were kids. My mom and dad were like health nuts
yeah.
for some reason, and maybe it was a good thing.
Well-
Maybe it was good, but like it was to the point where like we didn't have fruit roll up. We had fruit leather from
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Yep.
We didn't have like name brand Lucky Charms cereal. We had like oat nuts from honey
things.
oat crap or unsweetened Cheerios.
Yeah.
And we also like we never where did I start with this?
I
You were talking
remember-
about
Almond milk. Almond milk.
almond
So we
milk.
never had real milk. We always had
Do you-
almond
Yeah.
milk. And
Do
it
you
was like
know-
I hate
and
this.
rice milk.
Do you know what it is?
What?
Is you're like most of your family is lactose intolerant, and your dad is allergic to oats, so you never had oat milk.
That's true.
I,
That is
wait,
very
no.
true.
Oat milk's like a new thing, isn't it?
No.
No? Oat milk's been around?
Well, it's just
I feel
got
like oat milk has
popular.
been it did get popular
I learned
recently.
a lot of things on this podcast. I had never heard of a houseboat before.
Really?
houseboat.
Yeah. Do you know what a houseboat is?
Like a house on the water.
House on a
Yeah.
boat. That's all it I didn't know that it
They
existed.
have them at lakes.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't
We did
know.
a homeschool event on one back in the day when we were
I didn't
homeschooled.
know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were all homeschooled except for you.
Yeah, my parents didn't love me.
Your parents did love you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a trade. It's either middle school or be dumb. So you get to pick one. Oh, you went to middle school though, so you got both. That's cool.
I kind of went to a middle school. It
Yeah.
was like a very small one. So
Yeah.
hmm Anyways, almond milk sucks, so I didn't like oat milk when I first tried it, and then I had it more and more, and I was like, no, it has a really good flavor. I
Yeah.
love oat
it's
milk.
kind of like buttery almost. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know how to
right.
explain
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah,
good, man.
it's
I
really
love it.
good.
Where was I going with that? I was
I
talking
don't
about
know.
coffee that I liked.
Yeah.
I just like Americano. I just like black espresso with water.
Mhm.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'll normally have an Americano, but if there's a lavender latte, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm getting.
Lavender
Doesn't
Component
matter
Coffee
where.
has lavender
This is
latte.
the
Yeah.
Mhm.
whitest goddamn podcast we've ever done. Hey guys, let's try coffee. Do you like lavender? Oh, I love when I didn't like eat, drink, or like have almond milk.
You guys also all lactose intolerant like me? Yeah, you
Yeah, a little
are.
bit.
Yeah,
No?
it depends on what it is. Like
I just feel like-
cheese, fine. Sometimes I'm fine, and then some days I'm like,
You eat
Ugh.
ice cream and you
You're
just
like-
die on the inside. Yeah. Also, I've heard people have like really bad like poop when they when they're lactose intolerant. I've never had that. I've never had like really bad gas or like really bad poops when I have that. It's more just like
Bad
I go
poop.
and then that's it.
See, I get more of that kind of from spicy food, but I
Oh,
will
yeah.
still
Yeah.
eat spicy food,
Mhm.
even though it's
Worth
just,
it.
It's
That's
yeah.
another thing we didn't grow up with because mom doesn't like spicy food.
Yeah.
So we never had spicy food until I
Yeah.
was older. And I was like, what the crap?
Until you met me. Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah. When I met you
We didn't
because you
even
had a lot of
have,
spicy
like,
food.
Pop Tarts or like a
No.
Twinkie. Probably.
I didn't have a Pop-Tart until I was like in high school.
Yeah, I could buy them on my own.
But they're not like this anymore now.
No.
Now with
they don't
Emma and
care.
Isaiah, they're just like, nah, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Whatever. We tried.
Yeah. They were like, we try it. Look how fucking fat Jacob is. It didn't work. It had the opposite effect. As soon as I got into high school, it was like, all this crappy food I can eat now?
Yeah. Now it's like
yeah.
Ooh,
Taco
Pop-Tarts.
Bell is so
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. And everybody's like, it's just Taco Bell. And I'm like, but the nacho cheese.
Taco Bell.
I hate nacho cheese from Taco Bell.
Really?
love
You-
it.
No.
It's so good.
Disgusting.
It's
Oh my
amazing. It's
gosh.
God's gift
No,
to this
I will
world.
Agree.
specifically order something with nacho cheese just so I get that.
Mhm.
No.
I will get the nacho cheese just so I can dip my queso
Yes!
in it.
That
Dude,
already has nacho
so
cheese.
good.
in
Yes,
it.
it already
No.
has double nacho cheese. Oh
No.
man. We were just talking about before we went live how Maddy and Sabin kind of liked the pretzel pizza. And Craig is disappointed in all of it.
I still remain the stance that if one of the ingredients were gone, it'd be great.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the salt from a pretzel, or the pretzel breading, or the nacho cheese, or just the pepperonis, you can have 3 of them, just not all 4.
Yeah.
An explosion of flavor.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
The salt
Yeah.
is a bit much. It's yeah.
It's too salty.
I kind of like that though. It's like it's a bit much, but in a good way.
Mhm.
Let's-
So one thing that we barely ever we've talked about it on the podcast before, but we haven't like fully got into it is you guys play in a D&D game of ours on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Where we it's just like a home game that
Chaos.
we play with your dad,
Mhm.
Sabin, and who is probably one of the best players I've ever had in a D&D game. He's so
Shout out
great.
Sabin's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also built the table.
Yeah.
So
Double
and
shout out.
yeah,
Yeah.
he also paints minis, and he's putting the table. Apparently, people message him. We're like, "Can
Yeah.
you send me one?" He can't send a whole table, guys.
That's so
He can't
expensive.
just send a fucking table to you. But he did make. He's making a 100-page manuscript,
Yeah. Mhm.
like instructions to build it, and he's gonna sell it. So if you guys want the table that we have, make sure to go check it out and go support him because he worked very hard on it. It's very,
Yeah.
very cool. But we play in a Wednesday game, which is one of the most fun games that we play, and it sucks that it's not on stream.
Yeah.
But and maybe it's fun that it's not on stream. It's just kind of like stupid
Yeah.
because in this game we have like a bunch of like serious characters who are like going around and just being menaces to society.
Mhm.
Where you guys are crashing ships. It just like you guys are like, we need to get to this mountain in order to save the Queen of the Feywild. So instead of walking, let's terrorize a captain, threaten his entire crew, and have him sail into a hurricane where they all die and
Yeah.
we're the only ones who survive.
They all die.
And all while this is happening, Ferb from Phineas and Ferb is also here.
And Perry.
And
Perry,
yeah,
yeah.
he's an artificer with the with his battlesmith companion. And his
Yeah.
battlesmith companion is
Is a platypus.
platypus named
Yeah.
Perry.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a fun
Yeah.
game.
And then you're like a Kenku with scythes, who's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
bard who just
Creepy.
terrifies anybody he comes across. And you don't have a nose.
No.
I don't have a nose.
You lost
Neither
your nose in
does-
like the second game.
Neither
a
does
long time ago.
Mhm.
Abram. You guys both lost your noses in like the same combat.
Mhm.
But it's really helpful when we pass through stinky things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Every time I'm like, yeah, you have to roll a Constitution saving throw. 'cause
I can't
you're gonna
smell.
get. And you're like, I don't have a nose. I'll be like, God damn it.
Oh, another thing that I don't think we've ever mentioned is Sabin's dad, whose name is Abram. He has like 3 dehydrated hag heads on his belt.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's weirdest.
And then we
shit.
have like is it like a dwarf head or a gnome head or something?
Yeah, I have a dwarf head. If you hold its beard, you can see through
See
its
in the-
eyes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So there's just
I
2
have-
party members
yeah.
who carry around a head.
It's gross.
Multiple.
My character has a acid boomerang
Oh,
that I killed a baby dragon with.
Yeah.
You guys went into a dungeon that was really small, and you shrunk down and fought a baby dragon that was effectively a normal sized dragon.
Mhm.
And as it was flying away, you threw a boomerang at it and killed it.
That boomerang has saved us.
It
Oh, yeah.
has. That
Yeah.
boomerang's come in clutch so
Yeah.
many
I
times.
love
Yeah.
that thing.
Wait, you almost lost it last game though, didn't you? Weren't you gonna throw it at that water elemental?
Oh yes, and I was like, wait, it's not gonna come back.
Yeah.
I'm not risking that.
You
No.
guys, like, and this is like I feel like the longest you guys have ever played in like a campaign.
Oh,
Is
it
Yeah.
is by far. Yeah.
What has I sorry if this is like a really hard question, but like from like years of me trying to get you guys into it, what's different about it now? What really kind of got you into like actually playing? Because as on this podcast, we have a lot of like guests who have been playing D&D for years and play it all the time, but it's rare that we actually get somebody who's like into it, but got into it recently. So we always get questions of like, how can I get my players into the game? So like, what made you guys be like, oh shoot, D&D's fun, I want to play it like a lot?
Ooh, I think for me, the very first time I played, it was with like you know, Jacob and Spencer and Logan. It was just like a bunch of experienced players.
Mhm.
And like, that was great, but I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know even how to make a character. Like, I just didn't know. And then kind of the next game that we played with Marshall, it was kind of the same thing. Like, we were kind of new. And so I think it was just mostly like, yes, it was fun, but I didn't fully feel like 100% comfortable with everybody in the group. Like,
Is it because everybody was like experienced?
yes, it wasn't
Okay.
because like anything, like I had bad relationships. It was like
Mhm.
it was like everyone was experienced, and I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm also not like super comfortable role playing with everyone
Yeah.
here. And
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of weird. You like sit down and then everybody's just like, "Hello, I'm a guy," and you're like, "Oh my god."
and then and that was also kind of weird when it was like, introduce yourself, and I was like, but I think playing, what's made me more comfortable is kind of playing with a party that I feel really comfortable with. Like, everybody in our group, like I love them all, and also everyone kind of comes from different levels and areas of experience.
Mhm.
So I think that's just kind of cool. So
Yeah, I think like everybody. The cool part about that Wednesday game is like everybody's really different. Like everybody
Yeah.
plays very differently, which is really cool. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
is it same for you, Sid?
Pretty much the same. Going into it though, there was like,
Oh, it's just an Amazon notification, not somebody at the front door. Sorry, go ahead.
That's yeah, there's like there's so many rules. I felt like in D&D, like there's the manuals and everything, and I really didn't know much about it at all. And I was really worried about like the like not knowing enough to play with players who've played it a lot.
Yeah.
But going into it, especially in this campaign, seeing that you don't have to know every little thing, and you don't have to like, I don't know, have the whole book memorized. You have to be like some crazy actor or anything to play it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've gotten a whole lot more comfortable with that, and that's really cool.
That's good. Yeah. That's fun. And maybe it just like a lot of these things like take time, but like I just know that we get like tons of people are always asking like, how do you get people into D&D? And it's like you can't overwhelm them is like the
Oh,
biggest thing. If you just like throw everything at them, it's not going to go well. So
Mhm.
that was the same thing with you too. It looked really when you first saw like D&D and you were like, this is just super intimidating. And then like we kind of like backed off, played with people you kind of knew, and did something real simple. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, this is
Yeah.
not as intimidating as I thought it was. So
Yeah.
Oh, also, shout out Abram again. Those cards that we did at the beginning,
yeah,
that really helped me role play.
explain those.
So basically Abram made these cards that kind of give you like a job to do, or like a characteristic, or just something to complete
Mhm.
during that game. And if you complete it, you get an extra card?
Inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, inspiration card. So it would be like you're humming a song, and then one of your party members punches you because they're annoyed at you. Or like one of them was like,
Yeah.
come up with a one-liner or something and say that like 3 times. And so it kind of helps you just like
Or
come
like
up with
you're
things.
having a bad day. Say like 3 mean things to somebody.
Yeah.
And it was just
Yeah.
like they weren't like the cool part is that they weren't like game prompts, like do 200 damage. It was like role playing prompts where you had to like and that really helped everybody because when you have one of those and then you know that everybody else has one of those, it's not weird.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm the only one doing this weird thing. It's like, oh, everybody's doing this.
Mhm.
It can really ease into like playing and like role playing.
Why did
and
we
stuff.
stop doing those?
I know, I liked that. That was
Because
kinda
everybody's
fun.
getting too many cards, and you guys are good at role
Yeah.
playing now. So
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
There was... Oh, go ahead.
I remember my first one. I had to start a fight in a bar.
Yeah.
that was
And-
awesome.
So
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
went and started hanging signs in the bar, and the bartender got all mad, and then I
Yeah.
ended up. I think I casted Shatter and just like destroyed the whole
Just
place.
like a table.
You
Yeah,
were
it was crazy.
You were like stapling flyers that we were paid
yeah,
to
yeah.
like
And
to
the funny
bar.
thing is, like, nobody knows what other cards people have.
Yeah.
So we're just like, why are you doing that? Like, okay. Or like one of the cards I had was you're really exhausted. And so I was just like, man, I just want to go to sleep. Like, I'm so tired. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, like, why do you want to do that?
Why don't you just take a nap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also in that game have the level upable like items
Yeah.
that I gave you guys. I cheated actually. I've used those in a campaign before, but that campaign died and we stopped playing
Yeah.
it. So I just redid them, but I made one more, which is the one that Marshall has. And
Oh, the
they're like,
jewels?
yeah, those and they're just like little things that you guys can do to like level up and like upgrade in them. But I think if I make more of them, I want to make them role play things too, not just
Yeah.
because the ones that you guys have are like take 200 damage, and then you can get a cool ability.
Mhm.
But like having ones that are like role play, kind of like those, I think would be really fun, because then you actually have to like.
I feel like
engage.
with at least the ones that I've been doing have led to roleplay, because now Ferb really wants to go to the desert, and he's been asking because he needs to like see like different types of environment, and the only one that I haven't seen is the desert.
Yeah.
And I even like went to what was it, like a museum, to try to look at fancy paintings to see if it would work, and
Yeah.
it didn't work. I
No,
have
it
to
did not
actually
work out,
go to
yeah.
the desert.
That's cool.
Look at the picture for the tweet. I look like Tina from Bob's Burgers. All right, so we've got some questions coming in hot from twitter.com.
Wow.
Have you ever been to twitter.com before?
Yeah.
Yep, in high
Um,
school.
Oh, God damn it. All right. You guys aren't going to really know what this is, but we're going to address it anyways. Two Nuns in a Trench Coat asks, opinion, Atlantica isn't dead, guys. I swear I watched 45 hours of the WW in hell and did a lot of ratio math. It's basically confirmed, guys, she could have survived. No, she didn't. She's dead. So at the end of our long-running campaign, Sunder, Tyler's character, Atlantica, sacrificed herself, and the rest of the party teleported out of a crashing devil ship
Mhm.
and stayed behind. So because the only one person had to stay behind for it to happen. And there are some theories with some of our fans that would say that she is actually still alive. She isn't. She's dead. I swear. Okay. Anyways, we're moving on. Whoa. There's a lot of questions in here, and they're really long.
Yeah.
So let's look through and see. Oh my goodness. Caleb J. Smith asks, is this the place to submit hot takes? If so, I have a few. Number one, alignment. Is it mostly antiquated BS? You can't explain a complex entity's morality with point on a chart. What do you think? We've talked about alignment before. And we don't really play with alignment in our game, but we kind of do. We've talked about it. We've been like, what is alignment? And it's like, well, the way I see it is it's just a helpful thing to like with like building your character to kind of see like where they are on morality, but like you shouldn't adhere to it. Being
Like
I love
chaotic
lawful
evil.
good, chaotic good,
Okay.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Oh. So wait, what was the question surrounding that?
It's stupid. Well, it's more that it's stupid because you can't explain a complex entity's morality with a point on a chart,
Yeah,
which is true.
Yes. Well, they can grow. They don't have to stay where they exactly are. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've always thought that alignment was more like tendencies, not necessarily you have to do it like this. It's-
Mhm.
Yeah, and you don't. I don't think you should be able to adhere to it, but I think like it can always change and stuff like that. But yeah, that kind of
It
stuff.
kind of helps you build your character, because something I have trouble with sometimes is like I need to pinpoint exactly what my character is. Otherwise, I'll just have way too many ideas, and then it's like, okay, I just need to pick something and just go with it. So I think it kind of helps just
Mhm.
build your character.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm reading through these to kind of look at them to see which one would be a good question for us to answer. And I'm also talking and trying to read at the same time, which I can't.
Did we ever address the fact that we're in our living room?
No, we didn't. That's
We're-
it. We've addressed it.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We're in the living room.
Talk about like how we got to set this up while I read through these questions.
Well, we me and Craig had to take everything out of Jacob's office where we where we record the podcast. And Craig also had to go get us another tripod for a camera and get a mic stand because we didn't have enough. And then we still didn't have enough, so Craig is using my mic stand that's from my office.
It's hype.
Um,
To be honest, it's
And-
kind of cool. I went to Best Buy and I looked like I knew what I was doing.
oh,
Ooh.
very
Yeah,
nice.
so
everyone
You're
was
like, I
oh
need
yeah, what you
this,
going on? I was
this,
like, oh, I
and
do
that.
like a local podcast. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. And I'm like, I need to leave right now.
Yeah. Don't talk to
This
me.
whole
Yeah,
facade's
I
gonna
do a
crumble
podcast.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like
fucking
famous
this.
or something.
Yeah.
Get out of my face! I just want to buy this. Leave me alone.
That's awesome.
It's the worst.
And then
I'm
I
having
struggled.
some E.
I struggled to find the battery for that camera. But then I found 3 of them, and then I was worried because I thought we were gonna have to use 2 of the stream cameras. But then you were like, "We'll just use that one."
Damn you, Sabin. It tastes like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, dude, it does.
Starbucks is gonna taste like barbecue sauce for the rest of my life now.
It's fine.
All right.
Again.
We don't need to.
Super Armor at Pretty Bad DM asks,
Yeah.
what is your favorite theme for a D&D game? Like horror, classic fantasy, etc.
Horror.
You like horror?
I love horror.
Why?
I don't know. It's my thing.
Oh, okay.
I want to run a horror game really bad, but I don't have the confidence to DM quite yet.
You are DMing.
Yeah,
You're my
but
sister.
But for people who don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're afraid? Because people are going to be able to correct you?
No, not that they'll correct me, because I don't think that you guys are like that. I think you'd correct me if I asked you to. But it's just role playing that many people and keeping track of that many things is difficult for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you could ever DM?
No.
It's hard.
I can't even barely keep track of my one character.
Yeah. When I was DMing at work, and not recently because we did a game on Tuesday, but I used to get so sweaty when I would DM, and then I just get like overwhelmed, and it's like it's too hot, and then it's terrible.
What's like your guys' favorite theme, like of like things to do in like D&D?
I think we've only done like fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't played in a ton of campaigns, or at least I haven't. But I was really digging Curse of Strahd, like the vampire type thing. That was really cool.
Yeah. I would love to rerun Curse of Strahd for people who have never played it before, like you guys. Well, you guys played like the beginning of it, but like haven't played all of it.
There's so many ways to start that game, though.
Yeah, it's really cool. I would have to say horror is fun. I like horror. I like general fantasy, but I also really like the Eberron urban kind of pulpy action adventure noir of Eberron a lot. It's very, very cool. I also think that Western is super fun to do with D&D, and you can totally pull it off. Seafaring is cool too.
I want to play a cowboy.
Yeah. And like, I also think even with Eberron, you can even pull off like post-apocalyptic too, at the same time. So like, those are like my favorites.
If only we could go to space.
Yeah. Play
only.
Cyberpunk.
Not one episode. Not one.
Not one.
Not one episode we go to space?
No, not one.
No. Tim went to space in a game of Ember Warriors.
Yeah.
He went to the sun.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know if burning up in the sun counts as going to space.
No.
It would technically were in space because he was near the sun, right?
How near?
Is the sun?
He didn't go
The sun is
directly
in space. Yes.
But so is the Earth.
Yes.
So am I in space right now?
Okay, but he didn't land on the sun. He was near the sun.
I mean, yeah, he got
because you were
evaporated
like,
before he even got close
because
to
you
it.
were like, if you're that close to the sun, you would instantly die. So he wasn't directly at the sun.
But it's okay. He was holding a spoon that gave him immunity to fire damage.
What?
Yeah,
A spoon? I don't think
But
that's
the-
fire at that
No,
point.
he was wearing armor that gave him immunity to fire damage. He had a spoon that he held behind his back to not get burned by the sun. That would teleport him back.
He put it under his
Awesome.
under his armor, and he was
Here's a question though. Do you think the sun only deals fire?
No,
Would it not deal radiant
when
too?
we did it, that's what I did. I said it's doing fire and radiant damage.
Well,
Yeah.
save it from one, but not from the other.
Always Up at 2 a.m. asks, there are a lot of subclasses in the game. For your top 3 subclasses, what would you say your favorite and least favorite subclass is and why? And you don't have to have played them. You can just be like, oh, this one's really cool. I think what is it? I love the Undead Warlock one.
Yeah,
That one's really cool. And what is
See,
it?
I just don't know
Oath
what-
of Conquest Paladin.
I just don't know what every subclass gets. So, like, even ones I've played before, I'm like,
And Whispers Bard.
oh, Whisper's Bard's sweet.
Your Kenku is Whispers Bard.
Okay.
Probably one of my favorites.
I don't know. I like a lot of the oaths for paladins.
Mm-hmm. You play a paladin in our Wednesday
Yes,
game.
I have an oath of vengeance.
It's a good subclass.
Yeah.
I played a character with Eldritch Knight. That was really cool.
Eldritch
Oh,
Knight's
It was a
yeah,
whole lot
Eldritch
of fun.
Knights are fun.
Fighter's very good. Like there's a lot of good flavor in
Yeah.
fighter. Cavalier,
I
samurai.
played an
Yeah.
Echo Knight in that Avnia
Ooh,
middle game that we played. That was fun.
Have we ever talked about that Avnia middle game?
I think Tyler posted what everyone played, but not who played what. So if you guys scroll up enough, I played the Tiefling Echo Knight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other like subclasses that you're like, oh, I really want to play this? Like this sounds just like really fun to like try. Are you?
So-
Do you guys ever like make characters like in your downtime? Because I rarely get to play. I am always DMing, so I have like 100 characters that I've just never played. Not 100, but like I have like I'm just gonna make a character for a game that I'm not playing in, and
Mhm.
maybe one day I will.
That's
And
cool.
yeah,
Divination Wizard. That's like my number one
That's
it's
subclass.
pretty good. It's
Okay,
pretty
I have a character that I did make, and I recently started playing it. Uneducated question: Earth Genasi, is that considered a subclass of just the Genasi?
And no, it's just a sub race.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
type
Yeah.
of race.
Gotcha.
The Genasi are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like based out of like elements and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's so much flavor you can do there.
Yeah.
We had a
So
character run a air genasi similar to Ashiok from Magic, so they didn't have an upper face. It
Oh,
would just be the mouth and would fade into mist.
Oh, that's cool.
It was,
Dang,
it was
that's so
real,
cool.
very,
That's-
very
oh my
cool.
gosh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Man, that's awesome.
it's kind
Yeah.
of spook.
Yeah, it was very cool. And they were a spore druid before they came out of UA, so they would
Uh-huh.
turn into like this horrible hyena covered in fungus, and it would be smoke. It was very cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
cool,
very
but
cool.
ooh.
Metal Gear Sancho asks,
Mm.
what is the one race you'll never be able to see yourself play or come up with a character for?
Oh,
Mm.
probably like is orc a race that's
Yeah.
commonly played?
Orc and half orc?
Probably something like that. I don't know.
I'm the opposite.
Maybe?
I love orcs and half orcs. They're like one of my favorites. I would have to say Azamar.
Mm.
I just or Eladrin. An Azamar or Eladrin. Just for reference, Eladrin are a type of elf that are based kind of they're more Feywild like based than
Mhm.
like other elves, and they have like seasons as flavors, so you can be a spring Eladrin, a
that's
fall
cool.
Eladrin. Yeah, it's cool, and they can like switch between it. I just it's
Yeah.
just too magic-y for me. I like having somebody really down to earth. Like I love halflings, humans, half orcs. Tieflings I like, but I've played like one or two before, but they're not like my favorite. I think humans like my favorite race. I just like playing a human.
I think I've played every race except for dwarf.
Really? Dwarf?
Yeah, dwarf.
Would you ever play a dwarf?
Maybe. I don't know.
There's one race. Every time I've gone to create a character, I see this race, and I'm like, who would play that? And it's Tabaxi. I don't know why.
Yep, that's another
Just-
one.
it's
I've
so
never
dumb.
played a
Cat
Tabaxi.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real interesting.
Oh yeah, and I don't think I've ever played a Yanti because
Yeah.
you can play those.
You know what? Kenku's one I would never. I tried and I hated it.
I've loved it. It's so much fun.
Kenku.
I mean, I don't do much with too much with the role playing, but I just love the.
Yeah, being
I
a
think
little-
that's
But I'm
more
a
fun
bird.
to do with
Being
a
a bird?
Kenku though, is not to
Yeah.
be like I mimic everybody, but
Yeah.
it's like it's just
I'm
kind
a
of
Mm.
annoying.
weird bird. I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
want
yeah.
to play Dragonborn. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Dragonborns are cool,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, this is a cool question. Mr. O for Obscure asks, if one thing changed in your characters' lives or backstory to make them a different class, what would it be? And what is that class that they nearly could have been?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
It's like just pick any character. You
Yeah,
want.
Damon, if he would have never had what happened to him in his backstory in our Avnia game, would have been probably a fighter or a barbarian. He wouldn't have been an artificer. But if he would have if he wouldn't have learned about like technology instead magic, he would have been a wizard.
Mhm.
So, little branch there.
I won't do any characters that I'm playing right now. So, I think there was a point where Vincent was going to be a rogue, and they would have gone more for Lander's side of their like being parented by that character instead of Klaus, who taught them to be a wizard.
That's cool.
And then I was like, I don't really want to play another rogue, and I went into wizard instead.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I think for Mylan, because he is a half elf paladin, and he has an oath of vengeance. And I think just from his backstory, I could see him more being like a cleric,
That's cool.
which is cool because my little jewel that I have is all about healing. And so when I first got it, I was like, oh, this doesn't really make sense. Just
Mhm.
because my character is like very like serious and wants to do justice. But now it's kind of like growing him because it's like, oh, I have to do like non-lethal damage and I have to take damage so that I
Mhm.
can get all these healing
That's
abilities.
cool.
So I think if his backstory changed a little bit, he'd be probably more like a cleric.
Oh, that's fun. That's interesting that you took that item and went with it like
Yeah.
that, and it's less of like a like he's like learn. It's like changing him a little bit,
Yeah.
which is like kind of I love that. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's interesting character development.
Yeah, for my Kenku, it's a bard,
Mhm.
but it's a really creepy bard.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's
a lot of
spooky.
weird stuff, and honestly, it feels kind of like a rogue. And the backstory of my character is sort of that he became this traveler and sort of met a lot of people on the road who were good to him. Like he didn't really run into too many problems, and so he kind of became really charismatic, and that's how he became a sort of the bard class.
That's cool.
But I feel like if that character had run into more people who weren't as nice as they were, he would have probably been more of a rogue and a little more violent.
That's
cool.
He could have maybe been. There's a new subclass for rogues called like there's Phantom, but there's also Soul Knife.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Those were good questions. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
I think Artemis asked what the second campaign was, and wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Weather girl.
Anyways, yeah.
Um,
Weather person.
yeah.
Have you guys seen that clip of it's like this guy, he's on the news, and he's talking about like fireworks. He's like reporting for like 4th of July or something. He's like, a lot of people died here for fireworks. And he's like, hey, where did you get those fireworks? And the kid goes, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? And he like pulls him back and he's like, where are your parents?
Yeah.
It's like I love that video because if it's staged, I'm sad because it's so funny that this dude just went up to this kid and was like, you want to talk for the news? And he was just like, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? It's so awesome.
That's like the kid who's like, well, apparently never been on live television before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Or that video of that lady squishing like the grapes and then she like falls out of like the bucket and she like the wind gets knocked out of her and she goes ooh, 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 ooh. And you guys see, oh my gosh, yeah, this lady's like in this bucket, she like falls out, she's like reporting live and she falls on the ground and the noise she makes is like ooh, 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 ooh.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, it's super funny. Oh man, those are always great because like you know that they're like real.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if they're staged, whatever. But you know, those are always like super fun.
Would you not eat my pants? The little goat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know, yeah, that vine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Did you guys know that like just because I got reminded of Vine, that reminded me of TikTok. The D&D hashtag has like over 1 billion views.
Whoa.
What?
That is insane. Yeah.
Dang.
Isn't that crazy?
D&D just takes up so many platforms.
Like it's blowing up, which is like
Yeah.
crazy. Like they released like their stats and their Wizards of the Coast released like their stats and metrics from like the previous year, and it was again like they grew like 30%.
Dang.
They're like even like a bigger company than they were before that, which is like so crazy. It's just getting bigger and bigger, and people are like, this is not the golden age of D&D. That was back in like the 70s. And I'm like, okay, then what is this then? It would like, it's so crazy that it like even in like 2019 2018 there was like a board game sort of like renaissance kind of happening, and it's like it got like more like that because of 2020. And so like people are like playing more like board games and stuff, and it's like crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
Howdy, what's up? How's it going?
That's the end of the podcast.
And that's the end of the podcast.